Okay, well, thank you all for joining us today. I'd like to thank David and Mark from Valenta Canada for organizing this alongside the Toronto Region Board of Trade, and we are very excited to get started on today. So I would just like to say a few words, a quick intro, and then I will pass it over to our two experts in the room. So thank you all for joining today. My name is Taylor Curran, and I'm the Senior Coordinator of Member and Partner Success here at the Toronto Region Board of Trade. Thank you for joining us this afternoon at our valued members workshop, Valenta Canada's workshop on transformative role of AI in the workplace. In this virtual workshop led by Valenta Canada, we will explore the transformative capabilities of people-centered AI and hyper-automation, shaping modern work environments and fostering positive workplace cultures. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the land on which we're meeting to is home to diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. The board's offices are located on the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. They share with us a sense of responsibility for intergenerational equity, the well-being of today and tomorrow. And without further ado, I would like to pass it over to Mark and David. If you would both, Mark, if you'd like to share your screen with today's presentation, I will hand the floor over to the both of you.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everyone for coming. So just do a quick introduction. My name is David Olivera. I've spent 28 years in the ICT industry, building three IT companies from traditional telcos into global leading ICT managed service companies. So that would be Fujitsu ICL, Cable and Wireless, Columbus, and Digicel across the Caribbean, Latin America, and the Pacific Islands. When I was introduced to Valenta, Valenta provides a lot of different managed services and areas of their portfolio. But the one area of focus that I was really interested in was AI hyper-automation. So over the last, I would say, 18 months, the adoption rate we've seen for this technology is nothing that I've ever seen before. The return on investment that customers are seeing is traditionally measured in weeks, not months, not years, weeks, compared to the traditional IT where you have normally, a 9 to 18-month implementation, a 3 to 5 year return on investment. And you probably use about 20% of the features of the software over the life of it. Whereas this technology, we're seeing customers implementing and addressing specific pain points in their business and getting immediate ROIs on it. As a result of that, the adoption rate we're seeing is in the high 90s, as opposed to the average of 30% win rate for traditional IT. So let me pass you on to Mark, who will introduce himself, and then he will start the presentation.
Thanks very much, David. Thanks, Taylor. Mark Hopkins, managing partner. I have about, I guess, a little over 30 years experience in the IT sector. A lot of it actually was working with David in some of the same companies. But I've also done a lot of work in Canada in the public sector in the area of information systems, information management. And I'm really enthused about the use of AI and technology, and particularly the way it transforms an organization when it's introduced thoughtfully and with the right kind of objectives in mind. A little bit about Valenta. So we started off in Australia. This week is our 10th anniversary. Started off in Australia and quickly expanded into India and Malaysia with operations center. And what's interesting is that from 2016 on, we have obtained and retained the ISO certifications, particularly those relative to AI implementation, AI process implementation. And over the intervening 10 years, expanded with the product suite, as well as into different countries. So we're now operating in 18 countries across 6 continents. We have a workforce of greater than 650, hundreds of customers, and we have millions and millions of transactions on a daily basis being done by software bots. And we'll talk about some of those examples later on. So our core services are digital transformation, and so RPA and cognitive AI and conversational AI we consider to be part of the digital transformation suite. we also do IT consulting, staff augmentation, managed data analytics, and many of the other consulting services available. Minimize that. Here we go. So we specialize. Valenta specializes in having a broad range of portfolios for medium-sized enterprises. So we're not up here in the upper quadrant competing with the IBMs and the Accenture of the world, where they're working with enterprise customers. Our specialization is down in this space, the small medium space, which we find is a sector that's quite underserved, particularly with digital transformation and AI technologies at this point. We have a wide range of different our customer base is quite broad, and we serve many different sectors. And from the perspective of our conversation today about AI, from the perspective of a bot, the process doesn't really matter. A process is a process, whether it's in the banking and financial services sector, it's professional services, the telecommunications sector. Each sector will have its own processes. Each company will have its own tasks within its processes. But to a bot, those are just things that it can handle when there's sufficient volume and repetition and rules. Now, we partner with all of the leading technology providers. So, for example, UiPath is our preferred partner for robotic process
Mark, we're not
automation.
hearing you. No, okay.
UiPath is our preferred provider for RPA, or Amelia for conversational AI. But all of these you'll find in the upper right-hand quadrant of all of the major reporting frameworks. And what you're not seeing here is ChatGPT and OpenAI on this list, because they tend to be embedded in the existing products that are here. So we're not promoting ChatGPT as a particular product, and we feel that by choosing these products, we bring less risk and more custom service capability. So on the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the tools that are common nowadays for business transformation. Process consulting, which we do, outsourcing, which we do, RPA, computer vision, AI and machine learning, document understanding, intelligent conversations. Excuse me. All of these are technologies which we bring to integrate people, process, and technology for business improvement. And these are, as a result, these organizations can thrive and maintain a competitive edge in their sector. A little bit about AI, what, how, and why. So this is about the automation layer of digital transformation. Excuse me. Robots can take on a wide number of tasks and processes across any type of sector. The robots can see, they can think, they can understand and decide. They're trained to interact with data. And the benefit of doing that is a thing characterized in the screen. That in today's workforce, with these kinds of tools, people no longer need to be assigned to what we are commonly considered to be the boring parts of work. Inputting data, analyzing and reconciling, copy and paste, routing and alerting, lookups, transferring data between different applications. All of these are more rapidly done by a software bot and more accurately. And that means you can free up your people to do more interesting work. And that, in fact, creates a better work environment for people. But AI needs to be integrated into your business strategy and its operations to harness the value. It's not something that you throw into the workforce. So you need to look at the strategic alignment, your people and culture, use cases that you want to implement, how you're going to develop people, And how are you going to measure the benefits of implementing AI in your organization? The technology and data value section, it's about the models, and we have lots of models which we can demonstrate. And some of them are integrated. It's more than one model. So you have different deployment options, infrastructure that it all runs on in integration with your other systems. Again, we have use cases that show that type of integration. User value. It's important to have a user-centric design. It's about taking work from people that is boring and repetitive and monotonous and assigning it to software bots and automating that process. And the operating model value, it's about ways of working, the policies and guidelines, the governance that you're put in place, and we see the ethics for the utilization of AI. Certainly transparency and privacy are important at the top of mind. Excuse me. In the area of talent and culture values, it's important to look at the way AI is going to change your organization. AI will change the organization, and the organization will change the way AI is deployed. It's about talent and redeployment, training and upskilling, recruitment, and change management. Excuse me. Apologize for my cough. Now, I'm talking about robotic process automation. David spoke about the introduction, about the quick ROI on these technologies. And what the considerations here are processes that are high volume, repetitive, rule-based. If you have processes that fit that definition, they're ideal candidates for RPA. And out of that deployment, you'll get greater productivity and better job satisfaction out of your employees as well. The business case is fairly simple. It's based on the volume of the process, the number of employees involved, their cost and the time that they spend currently performing high volume repetitive activities. And then you can identify and prioritize which processes you want to implement. And typically we'll go in and implement one or two processes. And then after that, the customers will identify additional process areas which can be added to the bot and additional bots as needed. But you get higher productivity, improved efficiency, reliable, consistent work, error-free, so data security, and you're going to get better data analytics out of it, reduce workload for staff. And these are also scalable technologies if you need to expand to meet seasonal demands. Similarly, when you look at conversational AI, another key technology, these are for high volume calls and text messages, and it could be inbound or outbound. You can automatically be deployed and scheduled by an omnichannel conversational AI bot. That bot is going to be able to carry on a voice conversation, text, SMS, and WhatsApp and email. And this isn't about doing all of the calls in the call center. It's taking the high volume repetitive calls and text so that only the complex ones are being sent to agents to handle. It's a combination of the agent and the bot. And the bot can actually present background to an agent having done the initial call analysis with the customer. So it's an agent assist process. The business case for conversational AI is based on the number of calls or text, the actual session time for calls. What is the abandonment rate? The number of people that don't wait for the agent to answer, and the number of agents their cost and the time spent handling these repetitive calls. And typically, we see that the bots can handle 20% of the calls that represent 80% of the call volume. So again, it's not replacing all of the agents. It's helping the agents by offloading the calls that are highly repetitive. Some considerations implementing AI. We implement AI as a managed service, and there's some benefits to that. Working with a managed service provider means you get the latest technology, you get the skill set. So it's a real challenge for the small to medium enterprise to be able to recruit data analysts and compete with the salaries of the larger players in the market. And so we take over that role for you, and you have predictable expenses. So you can focus on your core business. The service is scalable and reliable, and it means you don't have the upfront cost of capital cost of buying equipment, hiring and training staff to support and implement the equipment. That's done as a managed service. Managed service benefits are a significant reduction in the total cost of ownership, improved cash flow and predictable cost, enhanced agility and responsiveness to customer needs. An MSP comes with improved redundancy and resilience. Your IT staff can focus on other areas of your business, and it's scalable, and you're paying only for what you use. So how do we adopt and deploy a bot? We start with a process definition, where the team is introduced to the workflow to do a complete process walkthrough. We get the system access. We do an initial feasibility check. And if the feasibility is above 50%, we sign an agreement to proceed. We then develop a project plan to review the initial project plan with questions from the process walkthrough. Then we move to a process design document, the PDD. And that is a presentation of what the revised workflow will be. Quite often we do some process streamlining, and it's part of the exercise. We do a to-be visual, breakdown of the processes. We then estimate the hours that are required as part of the project. And we identify the test data requirements. We then build the bot through the demo, move into user acceptance testing, which may involve more test data, particularly looking for exception management and presentation of the summary results and the go live data. Go live. And then after that, we have daily and monthly meetings to make sure that the bot is settling into place. It's doing the processes correctly. We can monitor any exceptions, adjust the training of the bot. And once that's stable, it's good to go, and you're active. Post-implementation support. So when because it's a managed service, it comes with, it's not we walk away, and when we're done, we stay on site for the duration of the contract, provide assistance for technical issues, do any troubleshooting, could be hardware, software, resolve bugs. We do monitoring and maintenance on a regular basis. So we're monitoring the performance, identifying errors or exceptions. There could be also software updates that are being implemented and tested. Resolve any issues that may arise in the service through analyzing logs or other process issues. We also manage the, the change in the environment. Make sure that the RPA is up to date and aligned with the business requirements, because in these multi-year contracts, your business environment will change. We support that change through the duration of the contract. And we continue to look to optimize the performance of the bot and identify any bottlenecks or areas that could require efficiency for speed and accuracy. And then training and documentation is part of the support system as well. So we have knowledge bases for troubleshooting and self-service support. Now, deploying a bot can offer some benefits, but like any other technology, it comes with risks. So inadequate process or call assessment. It's really important that the customer journey for conversational AI or for the process analysis and the process design document be adequately done. And we clearly understand, and we work with you closely to understand all the processes, all the calls, how to handle. Another area is a lack of stakeholder buy-in. This is where, excuse me, any resistance needs to be addressed from any part of the organization that's impacted. And that arises, I think, because people are concerned about job loss. But again, to come back to the culture and strategy of the company implementing AI, that this is not about sending people out the door down the street. We learned from the 1990s that the layoffs and downsizing. So in the 1990s, the idea was that if a job wasn't aligned to the company strategy, it was unnecessary. And a lot of people went out the door. A lot of people with a great deal of institutional knowledge. And certainly those of you who follow the world of knowledge management would be well aware that the result of that was poor impact on customer satisfaction. It was reduced morale, a great employee distrust in organizations. And some organizations that actually practiced that aggressive downsizing went broke because they lacked the ability to innovate. And the people with the really core knowledge of the business went out the door. Well, I think it's the same consideration here with AI, that we need to reflect that there are people with a lot of institutional knowledge, and then it becomes a question of how do we upskill and uptrain those people to get the benefit of that, and essentially just offload the boring work that they currently do. Part of this actually comes into the area of organizational change and individual change management. How do you take the organization and the individuals in the organization through the change journey? And that's kind of classic change management activity. But it's very critical to the success of this. And then data quality. You need to be sure that the bot is performing accurate and consistently on the data, and that the data quality is good for that. The data that's being used to train the bot and measure the bot's performance is solid data without errors, and that avoids that incorrect outcomes and disruptions. In this slide, what we see is that across many sectors, so whether it's the hospitality sector, the life sciences sector, the energy sector, government public services, financial services, technology, media, and telecoms, what are the common things? Workforce and HR, operations and finance, customer experience and marketing. This is consistent across all of them. There may be slight variations in different sectors as to where they actually look to see the benefits of AI, but these are pretty consistent use cases across the various sectors in which we work. And to give you a good idea that that these kinds of use cases are proven and reliable. This is about look at the transition of AI changing the business. So as we move from run the business, which is the upper right part, where we automate processes, improve the infrastructure, look for efficiencies, achieve compliance, then how do we grow the business? Business with data analytics, predictive forecasting, technology improves the customer journey, customer satisfaction, improve marketing technology and tools, enhance cybersecurity, optimization of services. And then in transforming the business, looking at omni-channel communication systems, AI-powered assistance, content creation, enhanced decision-making, and personalization experiences. So what does an AI adoption action plan look like? So you need to assess and develop your strategy, your organization's readiness, what your strategy will be, to align with the stakeholders, and define the governance structure for introducing AI to the organization. Then you can move into the actual activity of it. Selecting your processes, documenting them, assessing the risks, and how are you going to measure the return on investment from AI, or your KPIs. Then you move into the actual pilot phase, implementing a pilot project, supporting the change in adoption, prepare to collect your data. And then on the people side, the scale of the tech and the talent. It's important to invest in building the talent capabilities. Encourage the digital fluency in your organization and measure the value generated. People working with AI will come up with good ideas on how to use AI in the organization. And we find that many organizations, the unit that implements AI first is the go-to group for advice. And then you move into maintain and improve. Excuse me. Some of the barriers managing AI, you have to manage the AI risks. You're implementing new technology. You do have to prove there's a business value to it. It's not the latest shiny toy. What's the value to your business? And focus on the data or the input to train the models. Another challenge is their executive commitment to it. It's important that the leadership of the organization be behind this kind of an initiative. There's alignment between the AI development and the business need. And that you have the training and technical skills to take advantage of AI. And the systems are being maintained, which is where the managed service offers an advantage. And of course, you need to secure the funding for AI projects moving forward. Integrating AI into the organization workflows and operations requires some effort. And integrating with other business systems and testing with other business systems. And as these systems involve maintaining currency between the different models and systems and generations. It's a perception that AI tech is difficult to adopt, which our experience is not true. It's relatively easy to adopt and it's quite welcome in many organizations. But that starts from finding the use cases with really good value. Taking over the work that people are glad to hand off to a software bot. I want to look at some actual use cases before we move to Q&A.
Okay. So before I get into the use cases, I just wanted to kind of summarize, the engagements we've had with customers so far with the high adoption rate, why are customers choosing Valenta as a choice to leverage and implement this technology across their business? I think the first thing that I would say that customers tell us is that our approach to implementing is that we customize solutions to your specific environments without any background or back-end integration of software to minimize security risks. So our approach is basically we configure the bot, or whether it's RPA or conversational AI. So the RPA bot is free to follow a series of keystrokes to complete the task, the same way that an employee would do it, right? As a result of that, we're not connecting into any application. In fact, we don't care what applications you have, whether it's Oracle or Microsoft, SAP, Excel, or proprietary systems. It's all irrelevant to us because we are just replicating the repetition of keystrokes to complete the task. So that's a major differentiator for us, and it's done for each customer based on your unique requirements and needs. Other thing I would say is that we're using industry recognized best-of-breed technologies to implement this solution. So whether it's UiPath for RPA or Core AI or Amelia for conversational AI, we're leveraging the best market available today and recognized by Gartner, Forrester, IDC, and Everest as being the leaders to ensure that you are getting all of the features, all the functions that are available, that large enterprise customers are able to access today, at a premium. And we're delivering that at a very commercially viable pricing model to you. So our pricing model also is quite unique. You start off investing in a bot with a base of 5 licenses that comes with it. And for every additional 5 licenses you add, it just gets cheaper and cheaper. So the price per process exponentially reduces the more processes you roll out across your business, right? And as far as the engagement model, we are one of the few companies that actually build out the solution for you, have it working in your environment for a select number of processes. So we're effectively removing all risk of any IT implementations that normally go south after you've paid for it and gone through the implementation process. We mitigate that risk for you, so you don't start paying for the service until you see it up and running and getting the return based on the KPIs that you set at the beginning of it. Other area is that we are fast, fluid, and flexible. So we are able to adapt very quickly to your changing needs, whether it's during implementation or after, right? Which very large enterprise companies are not able to do. They're very rigid in their structure, and they don't cater to the needs of small to medium companies. That being said, we are a global company with a local touch. So we have hundreds of developers and business analysts across development centers in India, Malaysia, Singapore, Colombia, who are basically available to fast track any implementations that you may have moving forward. And then the last area is our proven track record. So, we've implemented these solutions to multiple customers across the globe, across multiple industries, across multiple departments. And the ROIs and transformational effect it's had on their business is nothing like I've ever seen in any other technology. So it's a proven technology. So we'll just jump in straight into some use cases. So this first use case is about the bot being used for a bank reconciliation. So we have one customer that is using the bot for bank reconciliations. It's a conglomerate. They have multiple companies, and their team of accountants spend 75 minutes every single day doing bank reconciliations. The bot was able to complete the bank reconciliation in 5 minutes, right? But because the bot works 24/7, as opposed to an average, of 5.2 hours a day, 5 days a week for an average employee, the bot is actually able to do 100 times the number of transactions that the bot is able to, that the employees were able to do over a calendar week. So, Mark, let's play the video.
Welcome to Valenta. This video demonstrates a Valenta robot working on various applications to create invoices and process payments. The platforms include Xero, which is the accounting platform, Zoho, which is the CRM platform, and several local payment processing systems, including Bill.com in the USA, RBC PayEdge in Canada, Konto in Germany, GoCardless in the UK, and St. George Payway in Australia. The invoicing process is triggered by an email notification from the CRM when a new deal is closed. Valenta's bot picks up the email in real time and clicks on the link in the body of the email, which opens the opportunity in the CRM. It then looks for the billing entity details within the opportunity, which helps it identify which Xero entity to log into. It checks to see if this is for a new customer or an existing customer. It also looks at the service type, which helps it identify if it needs to process a one-off invoice or both a one-off invoice and recurring invoice. The bot logs into Xero by using a 6-digit authenticator code, and it checks to see if the customer exists. If it does not, it creates the customer. In this instance, the bot creates both a one-time invoice and updates the recurring invoice template. Once the Xero process is complete, the bot logs into St. George Payway, where it first checks if the customer exists. If the customer exists, it processes both payments, the one-off payment as well as updating the recurring payment template. If the customer does not exist, it sends an exception notification to the finance contact at Valenta. Invoices and payments are processed within minutes, increasing business cash flow. Valenta's finance team can focus on strategic work rather than tactical work. For more information, please visit our website. Thank you. Welcome.
The next one, Mark.
Welcome to
Right. So in this example, the bot is going to extract data from invoices from an ERP application, Active. So we had a similar project to this where the bot was in a warehouse. Customers had boxes coming into the warehouse with labels in it, and the bot will extract data from the labels, populate that data from a picture of the label, populate that data into the freight forwarding application, cross-reference the customer database, cross-reference the supplier database, add additional information in the freight forwarder application, and complete that 47 times faster than the team of agents were able over a calendar week, right? So let's just play this other use case to get a feel for it.
Welcome to Valenta. This video demonstrates a Valenta robot that has been custom programmed to extract data from invoices and enter them into Acumatica. Bot logs into the Acumatica portal. Bot clicks on receivables, selects invoices and memos, and then creates a new record to enter invoices. Bot continues to extract details from the invoices. In this instance, the invoices are in PDF. However, the invoices can be in any digital format. On completion, the bot logs out of Acumatica. These are the PDF invoices and an Excel sheet with all the extracted data. The bot completes this process 5 to 7 times quicker. The bot completes this process with 100% accuracy every time. Free up admin resources to focus on value-added tasks. For more information, please visit our website. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, so the next one is the AI telephony. So this is in this particular use case, a customer's ordered some products on a website. They're calling to follow up on the delivery of the products. While they follow up, they change the delivery address, and they also inquire about additional products that were not in stock before and place that order and pay for it online, all within the call.
Hi Basu, I'm Laura, an AI-powered voice assistant from Yellow Tech. I can speak in English and Spanish. So how can I help you today?
I'd like to know my order status.
Sure. Can you read out the 5-digit code sent to your registered phone number that ends with 78608?
42181.
Thanks, Vasu. I was able to pull up your account. Looks like your order for 49-inch CHG 90Q LED gaming monitor is in transit and is scheduled to arrive on January 21st, 2023. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Can I schedule my order? I'm out of town that day.
Sure. When would you like it to be delivered instead?
How about next week, Sunday?
Okay, that works. Do you want to change the delivery address?
No.
All right, so I've rescheduled the order to January 22nd, 2023, and sent you a text message with the revised order details and tracking information. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all.
Thank you for contacting Yellow Tech. Have a nice day.
Actually, wait. I have a question. Hello? You still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Last week I saw the Galaxy earbuds were out of stock. Is it available now?
Yeah, there are 2 Galaxy Airbuds. Are you looking for Galaxy Airbuds Pro or Galaxy Airbuds 2?
I don't remember the model number, but it was $150.
Got it. The Galaxy Buds 2 Pro Graphite costs $150 and is in stock now. So do you want to place an order?
Yeah, I'd like to order it.
Great. Can you please share your delivery address?
146 Laurel Way, Herndon, Virginia 20170.
Noted your address down. Do you want to use the credit card on the file ending in 7310? Or would you like me to send a payment link to your cell phone?
I use my credit card, please.
All right, I was able to process the payment and have texted you the receipt. The Galaxy Buds 2 Pro Graphite will reach you next Friday. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, next one.
Yep.
Thank you for calling PepsiCo's deflection bot. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for some coupons.
To find coupons for your favorite PepsiCo products, respond with your email to the text message I am about to send you. I'll stay on the line so we can talk on text and phone at the same time.
Great. So you can text me and talk to me at the same time. That's pretty cool. Okay, got the text message. I'll give you my email address now. Okay, there you go.
Perfect. I just sent your coupons to your email. Do you need help with anything else?
No, I'm all set.
Glad to be of service. Feel free to reach out to me anytime if you need additional assistance. I am sure we will talk again soon. Have a great day.
Hey, Mark, the last one.
Yeah.
Yep, it's possible.
You keep people connected, so when things break, it's always urgent. Automated voice menus and chatbots just don't cut it. You need a solution that's smart enough to keep up, can scale on demand, and is able to provide direct, actionable support. Amelia has the conversational intelligence to understand even the most complex customer questions, and the power to take direct action on them.
My name is Amelia and I will be your virtual assistant. How can I help you today?
If I have less than 6 months left to pay on my current phone, can I order the green iPhone 11 Pro with max storage?
This kind of complex conditional statement is far outside the capability of chatbots. To a human, it might not be too difficult, but to a computer, it's surprisingly complex. First, we need to check the remaining balance on their device. If there are less than 6 months of payments remaining, then initiate the purchase of a new device. Purchasing a new device requires many steps, but Amelia can identify the pieces of information that the user has already provided.
You still owe $67 on your space gray iPhone X 64GB, which will take less than 3 months to pay off at your current $23.30 contribution. Would you like to proceed with the upgrade to the midnight green iPhone 11 Pro 512GB? The total will be $1,349 or $56.20 per month.
Ouch. What if I didn't do the Pro version iPhone 11 and only got 128GB?
No problem. The green iPhone 11, 128GB is $749 or $31.20 per month.
Amelia knows to change from the Pro to the base model and storage from 512 to 128, while maintaining the green color preference.
Would you like to proceed with this purchase?
Wait, how much was my last bill?
You'll notice the user has changed topics in the middle of their request. This is called context switching and is notoriously difficult to plan for. Amelia can understand user requests even when they don't occur when they normally would in a conversation flow.
Your bill for June 2020 was $93.30. Would you like to proceed with your previous request? To confirm, you are ordering.
After Amelia fulfills the unexpected request, she remembers where the user left off and prompts them to continue.
Monthly, please.
Great, I've gone ahead and submitted the order. Your reference number is H31.
Amelia has a built-in library of telecommunications-specific processes, intents, and dialogues, and has been pre-trained based on hundreds of past conversations. Still, sometimes you might want to teach her something new. So let's see how Amelia can learn by directly observing a human agent.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm traveling to Spain later this year. What kind of data plan can I get when I'm there?
I haven't learned about that topic yet. Would you like me to ask a human colleague for help?
Yeah, sure.
Please hold for a moment while I contact an agent to assist you further.
Now we will switch to agent view and a human agent will pick up the call.
I'll check on those data add-ons for you. One moment.
By observing the agent, Amelia now knows how to look up this information.
Looks like you can choose from 512 megabytes of data at $6.99 a day, or a 7-day 5-gigabyte pass for $39.99. What dates are you going to be traveling?
December 3rd through 10? Let me get the 7-day pass.
No problem. I'll add that to your account now.
Amelia is available 24/7 across every channel your customers may want to reach her. She can be rapidly deployed in hours to days, not weeks or months, and can scale to serve customers during unexpected spikes in call volumes. And better still, she can integrate with your existing back-end systems, allowing her to deliver a seismic shift in your organization's productivity and customer satisfaction. Want to see her for yourself? Visit us at IPsoft today. You keep people
Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the presentation. So we'd love to open up the floor to any questions you may have.
Amazing. Thank you both, Mark and David, for an amazing presentation. We do have a couple of questions in the chat. Before I get to those, does anybody want to open up their mics or toss questions into the chat now? Okay, David, Mark, I do have a couple here. Can you explain the pricing model for AI automation managed services?
Yeah, so there are 3 technologies that we introduced today. Each of them have different pricing models. So the first one is robotic process automation. And that pricing, you have 2 options. One is a fractional bot, and these are for smaller customers who only need the bot for 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. The limitation with that is that you can only do up to 2 processes, and you only have 3 hours a day to use the bot. So the cost for that is 4,000 Canadian for the bot with up to 2 processes, and 6,000 Canadian to install each of the processes as a one-time fee. That 4,000 is a monthly fee. The other option is a 24/7 bot, where you need more than 2 processes or more than 3 hours a day to use the bot. The price of that is is 6,000 Canadian for the bot with the initial 5 processes. However, you have the option of adding processes to the bot if you have extra capacity. And the only limitation with the bot is that you must sequentially schedule processes. You cannot do in parallel. So you can have one process that takes 5 minutes running at 2 a.m. on a Sunday, and another process that takes an hour running at 9 a.m. on a Friday. And you can keep adding processes in batches of 5. So the next batch of processes will cost you $4,000 for the next 5, and then $2,000 for the next 5 afterwards. So the price per process exponentially reduces from $1,200 for the base pack per process down to $400 per process as you roll out new processes. And the one-time setup fee is the same 6,000 US per process. The second technology is the conversational AI, and this is based on number of minutes or number of calls that you do per month. So it starts off a cost of 7,500 Canadian per month for up to 5,000 calls, and then 5,000 Canadian thereafter for every additional 5,000 calls moving forward. There's a one-time setup fee of 7,000 Canadian for each use case that we build out, each scenario we build out the bot for. The last technology is cognitive AI, and that's based on the number of pages that you extract data from. And it ranges from between 20 cents to 50 cents based on the volumes. But there are ways to work around that and not have to leverage that technology by converting static pages into Excel, in which case you are not the extraction technology.
And David, how long is a typical implementation for this?
So when we normally engage customers, we normally recommend they start off with a proof of concept, which starts off with 2 processes that are, critical pain points in their business to show the bot working in the environment. And, that normally takes, I would say, between 6 to 10 weeks, according to, how complex the process is. After that, customers can roll out as quickly as they want. So I have one customer that started off with 2 processes in IT, which took 9 weeks. And then they roll out 47 additional processes in the customer experience. And the entire 47 processes took 10 weeks, right? So all we did is added additional teams to do it exponentially faster, working together in parallel to meet the expectations of the customer.
I do have one more, and then we can just open the floor up to anyone here. So, David, what are the security risks with introducing this managed service to my business?
Sure. So I think that's one of the most common questions. And I think that's what's so unique about our approach. Most IT implementations, you implement technologies through the back end, connecting to your applications through either APIs or direct connections, which opens the back door into your applications. With our approach, we're using keystrokes, so we're training the bot to use a series of keystrokes to complete a task exact same way that an employee would do it. So the bot will have a username and password, they would log into the application, they would follow a series of keystrokes to complete the process. No data leaves your site. Everything is done within the environment, and the bot is not able to extract anything. It has to follow the process the same way every time and cannot veer away from it. As a result of that, the security risk with implementing this technology in the manner in which we're implementing it is substantially less than traditional implementations. And it's no more than what you would do to protect yourself against how your employees engage in doing the job today using the applications you have today.
Amazing. Thank you so much, David. Before we wrap up, does anybody have any other questions for Mark or David? We can open the chat. Anyone can open their microphones to jump in here. Going once, going twice. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Mark and David, for your presentation today. I'd like to thank Valenta Canada for their time, their content, their expertise. Thank you all for coming. On behalf of the Board of Trade, we'd like to thank you for attending today's workshop. Mark and David will be reaching out to some of you with, I'm sure they'll provide you with the content for today, and this recording will be uploaded onto the board's website, bot.com, and will be uploaded onto the Board of Trade's YouTube channel as well. So stay tuned for that. And Mark or David,
Taylor, one
any
last thing.
words? Yeah, please.
Taylor, one last thing to add. So the next steps I would say is that if there's interest in looking at this for your business, our recommended approach is to have a follow-up. And these should be the functional heads of the business. So the CEO, CFO, head of HR, head of customer experience. This is not an IT discussion. It's about functional process optimization. And once the functional leads are in that meeting, they will quickly be able to identify the pain points within their functional areas that they can apply this technology to. And rather than trying to sell it up through IT, which is obviously a lot more difficult and tenuous process. So we look forward to meeting with and having a one-on-one engagement with your other colleagues, your other executive colleagues. And we really hope you found this presentation of value today.
Thanks very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.